On this episode of the Real Estate Show, Ryan and I get into making your perfect real estate agent using Madden characteristics. So we talk about trucking, play recognition, speed. We get all into what would make up our perfect agent. If you are a real estate professional looking for tips and tricks and you want to hear how you can be the perfect Madden agent, then this episode is for you. I'm so excited for this one.
I'm glad you are. So am I, actually.
Tell us what we're doing today.
So, you know, we're in football season. Mm-hmm. I played college football. You cheered. I really like football. You know,
that's how we met, by the way.
That's how we met. If I could do something in football and have it be meaningful, like what I currently do, where I have a good income, it matters, I enjoy it, I would probably do something in football. It's one of my biggest joys in life is football. So today we're going to build a character just like in Madden.
Are you saying your little guys that you coach every week don't bring you that fulfillment?
They do when they win. Fantasy
I'm doing
football
better
people.
than you are.
Yeah.
Leading my league with the team name of Yay Sports.
Yeah. I won't say my team name.
Yeah, let's not.
So there's a football game called Madden, which is where NFL, it's a video game, NFL players, video game. Yeah, you get it. Mm-hmm. He was also a NFL coach, but that's neither here nor there. So on Madden, you can create your own player. And, the highest rating overall is 99. And so we're going to create a player.
I didn't know it was 99.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't go to 100.
You can't go to 100. 99 is the highest you can do.
Okay.
So you're going to create a player trying to get a 99, but we're not doing football. You're going to build your real estate agent of what it takes to be a 99 real estate agent. I have 11 different categories for you to choose from. I'll explain them and then I'll let you give me a rating of what the real estate agent needs. Now, don't just say 99 on everything.
No.
So if something's not quite as important, then be realistic. You're not going to be a 99 everything. I'm sorry. All you realtors out there that think you're a 99 everything, sorry, you're not. Yeah. And you can't be. It's impossible to be a 99 everything.
Yeah.
Even the great Travis Kelce has some things that he's not 99 in.
He's not on toughness, and he's very...
So I have 11 categories. I will give you one category. I'll explain what that category is in football terms, and you can turn it around and relate it to real estate. Okay. First one, speed. This is usually the most controversial in Madden because all the guys think that they're faster than they are. And also in video games, the faster you are, you're usually better. Mm-hmm. So speed is how quickly you can move. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go 75.
75? That seems very low.
Well, I don't really understand. Say a good player in Madden, if they had a 75 and something, that would be bad?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll go 85.
So generally 50 is your bench players. We'll have the lowest you'll see is, you could see lower than 50.
Now that I understand the
50 is a low bench player or that doesn't really pertain to me.
Got it.
70 is
an O lineman is going to be a...
Jason Kelce is a 75 speed.
Got it. Okay. So I'm going to go 85 then.
Okay. So that would be a below average running back. Be a pretty above average tight end.
Yep. And the reason why is while it's great to get things quickly in real estate, it's more important that we get them correct. And we're dealing with legal stuff. So it can be better to take your time to get it right than to just throw stuff out there to see what sticks, just so you can check stuff off of your list.
Gotcha. So Tyreek Hill, he's a 99 speed. He's all over the place. Now he's good at other things too. So if someone was a 99 speed, but also great at it, it's just highly unlikely.
Just highly unlikely. Yeah.
Awesome. So category number 2, I have a feeling I know what this is going to be. And this usually pertains to quarterbacks. Accuracy. So how accurate do you throw a ball? Can you get it in a little small window? Do you have to kind of throw it to a bigger area?
I think this one is... I know I can't say 99 for everything, but this one's got to be 99. because again, this is legal stuff. If you get a digit wrong in the parcel number, that's a different piece of property. If you get the wrong lot number, that's not the right property. You get the wrong, you have a typo in the address. It's not the right property.
The name, the address, like all of any inaccuracy within a real estate closing will slow down or ruin the closing.
Yeah. We have seen agents send over contracts for the wrong property because there's like really similar lot numbers, or they looked on, maybe you've got a multiple page plat and there's the same lot numbers on different plat pages, but you wrote the wrong page. So they're buying lot 2 in block C instead of block D. That's not the same.
That's not going to get you to be a 99 realtor.
And it's possible that the same seller owns all of those. So you might be like, oh, well, there's no chance that, like obviously it's not the same seller. It can very well be in those developments.
Yeah.
So accuracy, without question, 99.
Yeah. Example, football players, Peyton Manning's always been like a 99 accuracy. Tom Brady's always been like a 99 accuracy. So these are greatest of all time
and
players.
Also, they got to play till they were old. So you want to last long in this real estate
Both of those
game?
guys' speeds were probably like 50s.
You want to last a long time.
Got to be accurate.
Got to be accurate.
I like it. Next one, awareness. So awareness on Madden and football, it's kind of like, how well can you see what's going on and adapt to the situation? Like if you see that it's a certain defense out there, can you like stop running your route and move to a different location because where you're going just isn't going to be the right spot?
Yeah. I'm going to say 91 or 92.
Okay.
But the reason I wouldn't put it higher is because the real estate closing process is so collaborative that it's usually not only your responsibility to have the awareness. If you were the only person who was able to catch everything, then it would be much higher, but there's more people involved. So that it's like not just your responsibility.
Gotcha.
Like it should be good, but it doesn't have to be the absolute best. Just know that you can rely on other people and reach out to them and ask them questions.
Okay. Yeah. These in football terms, these are people with like super high IQs. So this would be like Patrick Mahomes. He's like super aware of what's going on. Ray Lewis, super aware of what's going on and like can adapt and change based on.
And let me be clear, my ideal agent to work with, this would be a 99, but we're trying to be realistic here. Yeah. And if you got somebody that's like maybe not a 99 awareness, but they know, hey, I got these other people that I can rely on and they actually use that, then you can compensate.
Got it. So next category is toughness. So toughness is ability to play through injury, play through pain.
I guess it depends on what kind of pain we're talking about here. Like, what's the pain in a real estate closing?
I feel like, I mean, I'm going to let you pick, but I feel like this needs to be pretty high because...
Yeah, I was going to say 95.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say in the 90s, like if you want to be a great realtor, because you're going to have a lot of no's.
Yes.
You're going to have a lot of problems. Like your job is not finding people houses. Your job is to solve problems over and over again.
Yeah, but then I also want someone who, if they can't get it done because of injury or whatever, in the type of industry we're in, they have to be able to raise their hand and say, it's not working for me over here. I've got this I'm dealing with. Or call for help.
You've seen this where there is a problem, injury, and they melt away. You never see them again. They're gone. You can't email them. You can't talk because they're just trying to hide and hope that it just goes away.
Yeah.
And that's a lack of toughness. Yeah. And you can't have that.
No.
That should be very, very high for a toughness.
Maybe like bringing in another attribute that I don't know is on your list, but I'm trying to think about like what's best for the goal, and that's to get the buyer to in the house and the seller to be able to sell and get their proceeds. So if your injury is going to make it so that objective can't be accomplished, we need the backup in. Right. So I want a player to be tough if it's in the best interest of the closing. I want them to be tough in general, but at a certain point, if they're just not going to be able to get the job done, let's bring in the backup.
I like it. Next one is durability. It's very similar to toughness. How willing are you, or how how easy is it for you to kind of flow with the punches? You know, things are it's a long season. You know, you get hit.
This one's got to be really high. I would actually put this higher than toughness, and it could be because I don't understand Madden. But when I hear toughness playing through injury, I think about an acute situation, whereas durability, I think about over the span of your career.
I think so too.
So durability to me is like 97.
Yeah.
Like it's like if I could say 99 for everything.
Well,
this
it's
would be
rare.
one.
Also, it's rare to see a real estate agent go from their 20s to 60s as a realtor and be successful that whole period of time.
Yes.
You see flashes of 5-year success, and it's very unlikely that you see flashes of 15 to 30-year success.
And the agents that we work with that have had those long careers, durability is definitely like that's a quality that even if we weren't talking Madden, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like this, it's almost like a quiet strength. Like,
like
I
Tom
can
Brady,
get through all of
super
this.
high durability. Dude played till he was 45 years old. Rob Gronkowski, very low durability. He was always injured. Great when he played. I mean, amazing. Tough. He played through a lot of injuries, but he's my age right now and retired twice.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
That's it. And he was definitely there for a good time.
Yes.
Good. So the next one is injury. So this is, you know, in football world, like some people just are always hurt and it could be freak accidents. Like some people just have bad luck. But like, do you get hurt? And in this world, I'm thinking hurt is more like, do you have a lot of problems with your closings?
Yeah. Like, and almost it.
So the higher the injury means the more likely you are not going to get injured. So
you're not
99 is good in this world.
Well, problems in closings can be unavoidable
So
or they
are
can
injuries.
be. And then I'm going to just say one curse word and it's because of Ben Thomas.
I don't give a darn.
No.
Ah, shoot.
Are we going to have to put an explicit tag?
I don't
on
know.
this?
I'm not going to.
Okay. So
That's more work for me. I'm
Ben
not going to do
Thomas
that.
used to call these people shit magnets. Did you know where I was going with that?
No.
Okay, that's what I think of when I think of like in the closing context, someone that's got a low injury score. Like they just attract all of the junk.
Yeah, and it's not
always there. They didn't create it.
It just happens to be.
Yeah. Now I'd say someone
once again, it's kind of like a Rob Gronkowski. Like it's not like he's going out there and like doing things you don't want to get hurt. It's just he was always hurt. Yeah. Like, you know, he's kind of breakable.
Well, I think everybody wants the least amount of problems involved in a closing. Right. I want a low injury score. Right. I want it 50, but I want it 0, but I don't think that's possible.
No, you're probably in like, you know, the higher the better. So you're probably like 75, 80, somewhere in that world. Like we want it high, but like.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the reverse.
Yeah.
So we want it like, yes, like an 80.
Yeah, like 80 is a good injury score where it's like, yeah, they might have a little sprained ankle and miss a game.
But they
here
overcome.
and there, but they're fine.
Yeah, like it's not a perpetual. I mean, like the people that are just magnets for all of the.
I mean, you know, you were in
stuff.
college with me, and you know, I coached high school, and like one of my high school players that ended up playing at Chapel Hill. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Shoulder injury, knee injury, ended up. I mean, great player, ended up not even being able to finish his college career. My running back in college, you know, had a full ride to Auburn University, ended up going to wing it because he tore his ACL in high school, tore his ACL in college. Like, he's not doing anything wrong. It's just he gets injured.
Yeah.
Get them weak joints.
Yeah, I'm going to go with an 80 on this. And again, it's not always avoidable, but I do think at times if you are an agent if you've started attracting problem clients with a lot of drama in their transactions, and those are the people that are referring to the people that they know who likely also have drama in their lives and are going to create drama in the transactions, maybe step back and assess, who am I attracting to me?
No drama.
No drama. Who's my ideal client? And if that person is not it, that's not the person I want referring to their
agents,
best friends.
This is a problem because you always say, my ideal client is anybody with a pulse that's buying or selling a house. No, like get off of that and find people that are better to work with.
Yeah.
Like those people are going to find an agent and it just shouldn't be you.
Yeah. Like you can find clients that don't want drama constantly.
Yep.
And they're not going to tell their dramatic friends about you.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Next one is stamina. So on the football field, this is like long drive, 13, 15 plays in a row. And like, do you get out of breath?
Yeah.
So this could be like a long closing, like.
I know I'm not supposed to say 99. This one's really important to me. And
You got to get to the finish line. You got to get to the end zone.
with quality.
Yeah.
Because what we see sometimes is like we might have a tough closing with title issues and we'll get to the end and the agent just wants it done. The buyer's on their case, like, why can't we get this closed? What's the issue? I don't understand. And the agent will be like, whatever we have to do to just get this closed tomorrow or whatever. Because they've lost their stamina. They're ready for it to be over.
Can't be just giving up in the fourth quarter.
No, we need to get it done and we need to get it done correctly. So completing the mission, awesome. We want that. We want to get to closing every time, but we want to do it right. So if you've given up on third down, like third and short, like just sit down and you're like, I just want the game to be over. That's not good.
No, no. Like, yeah, we all have the goal of winning, getting to the end zone. But if you're just like, I'm tired, I'm out of breath, I can't do it. Like whatever it takes to finish this game.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a good agent.
We hear the phrase, and I know that sometimes like you've just had nightmare closing, but when we start to hear from an agent on just about any closing, I just want it to be done. That let's build up your stamina. Yeah. Like when it's an easy 2-week closing and they're like, oh, I just want this to be done. Maybe we need to
You're
look
like, I've
deeper.
done 1,000 of these this year. You should get some more stamina.
Yeah.
I'm smiling and I'm going to do 1,000 more. So next one, I started putting in some fun ones here at the end. Strength. This is just how strong a guy is. And it's generally relative. Yeah, you have relative to Madden, but also relative to their position. So quarterbacks aren't going to be a 99 strength. It's probably going to be a D lineman, an O lineman, one of those like specialty things. But the better D linemen are going to have a higher strength. The worst D linemen are going to have a lower strength. I don't know how strength's going to pertain to a real estate agent, but I'm sure you can spin it into a real estate agent term. I'm
going to go kind of low on this one. I'm probably going to go like a 70. And part of that is because I get in mind like the buff, like trying to force their way through because they're just like brute strength. Like I'm just going to make this happen by sheer mass. You can't really do that when you're dealing with personalities. You catch a lot more flies with honey than vinegar, or you just need to know your personality. The agents that come in just being like jerks and they're like,
Bulldogs,
I'm going to throw my weight around.
Yeah.
They tend to not.
They fizzle out quick.
They get a reputation that nobody wants to do deals with them. It's like, oh, you see that's who is on the other side and you're already rolling your eyes. Like, do I really have to deal with this person for a month?
And I know it's tough and it's, RESPA and all that, but you're probably telling your buyer, like, this is going to be a tough one. It might not.
Yeah.
There's not much negotiation.
You're preparing and it's maybe not even negotiation. You're preparing your client for a rough ride.
Yep.
Because that person is known to make things difficult because if they don't get their way, then they're just force of will trying to make things happen, whether it's logical or not.
So you want above average strength.
Not using brain, using muscle.
You want above average strength so you can not just be a rollover, but at the same time, you need to be able to have some sort of a finesse rather than strength. I like it. Elusiveness. So on the football field, elusiveness is how easy is it for you to not be seen, to move around and no one touch you?
I want this to be a 0. I want it to be 0. No joke. There will be agents. Just heard the girls talking about this yesterday. Agents that we cannot get them to return an email, a phone call. We can't get them to look at the Alta. They don't come to closing.
How does that happen?
I don't know, but then they show up when it's like, is it recorded? Can I pick up my check?
I haven't talked to you.
This happens all the time.
See, that pisses me off.
Me too.
Like you shouldn't be an agent.
I agree with that.
If you do, and I don't know the legalities of this, but like I want to call whoever your client is and tell them you need to fire your agent right now because they should not be paid.
I mean,
And I know you can't do that, but
that's a hill like that fires you up.
that fires me.
I mean,
up.
it fires us up too, but we can't
people-
do anything about it.
I hate when people get credit for doing nothing.
And it's like, can you really feel great about the
They
fact?
can, apparently.
Yeah.
You got a lot of them that can.
There's some elusive, slippery agents out there.
That's why I can't be an agent. I'd be strength on that one.
Well, when I say it happens all the time, it does. But keep in mind the volume of transactions we're doing through our office. It doesn't mean it's prevalent. It's just it happens often enough that we're like, how?
I mean, this is all social media and all business and life in general. Turds tend to shine. You know, like when bad things happen, it's what's on top of mind. You know, if it was just a normal standard transaction, usually you don't hear about it. You don't think about it. If it was really bad or really great, you know, the outliers, that's when you think about it. And it's probably more times than you have a turd where you're thinking about.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I always feel bad for the clients when that happens. And, you know, we do everything we can to guide them when they can't get in touch with their agent. But it's frustrating for everybody involved when you're trying to get information. You're not finding things out until the closing table because the client's like, well, my agent said they told you. And we're like, your agent's never
I don't even know what your agent sounds like. That's disappointing to me. I didn't know it was that bad. And that really makes me.
But it makes us so much more grateful for the majority of agents we work with that don't do that.
Elusiveness, zero.
Zero.
Trucking. This is your boy, Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Truck stick, running somebody over when you have the football and they cannot tackle you.
Let's go 95 on that.
You want them to just be able to run people over?
They got to be in their cars all the time.
You're saying you're trucking people around. You got to get to the appointments. I like it that way. Instead of just running people over in the closing.
You're trucking.
Trucking buyers all over the place.
So what's it called? Long haul trucker.
Yeah, you're a long haul trucker. I wonder how many miles. Well, I would like to hear this from you. Let's do a quick poll.
Okay.
You know, you won't be able to answer this poll. Our audience, comments wherever you're watching, listening. How many miles in 1 year do you drive? I'm interested in what a realtor drives in a year because you guys have trucking at a 95. Yeah. I'm interested. I mean, we know our first ever realtor in Harrisburg, Harold Blackwelder. Harold,
he drove us around.
One of the most unique realtors.
And so good at what he does.
Great at what he does. I mean, has made more money than I know most people have. And
I mean, we're assuming, but
well, I
think it's evident. Yeah, he's good at this.
I know his volume, and I know
he's good at this.
I know he's been doing it for a long time. Yeah, but he will show up.
Durability super high.
Super high. He will show up in some flip flops with his toenails out and some ragged old clothes, and I
don't know if he does that anymore.
He's got to, and he is the top realtor in Harrisburg and the nicest.
They're not ragged; they're comfortable.
I guess maybe, but like. He put on some miles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He drove all over the place. He drove us
all over the place.
And we were not paying him hardly any money.
Because we were buying a $50,000 house.
He was making a friendship.
Well, I appreciate him.
Yeah, well.
He's a legend.
He is a legend. I love Harold.
Yes.
If Harold was in Lake Norman, I would hang out with him a lot.
Yeah.
Last one I have. This is my 11th category of building your best real estate agent. Play recognition. You know, this is generally a defensive ability or a stat or whatever you want to call it. When they see a play happen, how quickly can they say, oh, that is a run to over here? They just see a formation and they know what's going to happen. There's a funny video out there where Cam Newton's quarterback, and I can't remember who they were playing. I want to say it was the San Francisco Giants football, San Francisco 49ers. And the linebacker, I want to say it was Patrick Willis. And he looks over and he sees the formation. He says, hey, watch the wheel. And you hear Cam Newton. It's one of those like mic'd up things. He's like, oh, you've been watching film? Me too. Watch this. And they were going to run the exact play of just the formation. They were running that, but they put a wrinkle into it. And so Carolina scored a touchdown on it, but based on the formation, he was like, hey, watch the wheel, watch the wheel.
So he actually did a really
he-
good job
He
recognizing.
knew exactly what it was. So play recognition for him on that, super high.
Yeah.
So I think in real estate terms, play recognition is like when things are happening, you recognize what's happening quickly and know what to do next.
Took the words right out of my mouth, probably because I said it before we started.
No, I thought of that all by myself.
So I have two things to say about this. One would be if we had like coachability as a I would want that to be a 99.
It's usually not a Madden rating.
But if it was, then it could make up for some lower ratings because you know to go to the people that know. But if we don't have coachability on the table, I want this to be a 98, 99.
Gotcha.
Because it's really important to understand if this happens, then I have to bring all these other factors into consideration that would not be typical. Like knowing when there's a pier, what do I need to do? If it's a mobile home, what do I need to do? Why is it different than your standard transaction? If there's an estate, how does that complicate things? And what do I need to be on the lookout for? And what extra steps get added? Because it completely changes what you would do in a closing. So I think that has to be super high if there's no coachability.
Gotcha. So there you have it, people. That is what it takes from a real estate attorney that's done. You're probably right around 10,000 closings that you've done in your time. That's what the best realtors need. How you can be successful in this real estate industry for I can't talk today. For a long time, be successful, be highly touted amongst your peers, have people that want to work with you, all of the things that are going to make up being a great real estate agent.
Yeah, I like this format. Thank
Good.
you for telling me all the Madden characteristics.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.